Okay, go ahead, King. We're gonna try to make it work the best we can with this right here.
Oh yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Where your brother at?
Peace. Oh man, I don't know exactly what happened to him, but he probably got caught up or something because I know he had stuff going on. So and it was kind of like I had just hit you up and was like I kind of can't really I kind of like brought him into it. I shouldn't but anyway, it's all good though. What's been going on with you, man? Go ahead and introduce yourself. I mean, I'm sure people know who you are by now, but
No, man, I ain't
go ahead
out
and
here
just
in the
give out
streets like that.
your name and what every give a little testimony.
Well, starting off, man, you can just call me Jonathan. Um, just my journey, just in the scripts. You know, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I got a problem with what the Hebrew Israelites do. I just disagree. On on certain doctrines. Um, I feel a lot of things get took out of context to fit uh, the Hebrew Israelites narrative on who the Most High deals with. Uh, I,
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. You got it.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Now you was saying who the Most High deals with. Uh, that's fine. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. Like I said, just like I said, yeah. Just in a nutshell, man. I feel like the Hebrew Israelites pinpoint a lot of. I think it's a lot of confusion and hatred that boils them to say what they say, feel how they feel. I think it's a lot of emotional reactions other than scriptural reaction. I feel like a lot of these brothers, we claiming something that we really deep down don't have accurate validation to say anything about who we are or who we was as a people, you know what I mean? Because, we living in 2024 and a generation or a long generational line before, after Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So to make a claim as big as the Hebrew Israelites do, I feel like it's a big old stretch to even make certain claims that guys do, or females. Let me say that as well. I don't want to leave the ladies out. But yeah, I feel like a lot of things Hebrew Israelites are YouTube babies. I feel like you're born from YouTube. A lot of things are not credible. I don't see no dads out there if your dads are still living. Um, a lot of things it's just guys out on the street. A lot of things should have been passed down from your father, especially if you call yourself a Levitical priest. Um, a lot of things should be passed down, and I see a lot of young guys on the street corner preaching. I don't see no, and if your father's not with you in your lifestyle, and I'm saying that as far as he's gone, to the next round, then I think he should be out there on that street teaching with you as well. That shows a lot of credibility. You feel me? Because Israel was a nation of fathers, sons, daughters. They dealt within their own gates. So, and I'm speaking on that doctrine wise. But go ahead. You sound
Okay.
like you want to say
Con,
something.
con. Well, first off, I want to give all praise to the Most High. Call halal Yahweh, Shimmy Mashak, Malak Yahweh Shai. It's Kanal Yala. I'm just checking in with. This is just a discussion with a brother that I've known for years now, and we always, have these kind of biblical discussions because he has a different stance, and like he just explained, he has different viewpoints, and we're just gonna bring it to y'all's attention and just let y'all decipher, how y'all want to interpret what each one of us is saying. But I just want to give all praise to the Most High before we even start the conversation. And I want to tackle one of the first things you did say though. You said there's a misunderstanding on who God's coming for. Did I misinterpret that?
No, sir, you did. Yeah, no, you did.
Right. So now I want to ask you, since I got Matthew 15 and 24 pulled up.
Let me get there
He's
with you. Let me get there with you for you
okay. Go
rolling.
ahead.
You open them
I'm gonna,
scripts up.
I'm gonna bring it out in the whole. We're gonna go ahead and start. I'm gonna
You
start
said we're
actually at
going. You going to
I'm gonna
Matthew?
start at 22. Yeah, 15. I'm gonna start at 22. I just wanna I just gonna ask. Just let me know when you get there and I'll start reading.
Matthew 22.
Now 15 and yeah, 22.
Oh, 15, 15, 22. Okay, go ahead. I'm there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It says, and behold, a woman of Canaan. Now, Canaan is an Israelite, right? We can agree to that. So
Yes,
we
sir. I'm
know a
with you.
Canaanite is an Israelite. Came out to the same coast and cried unto him. The him would be who you would call Jesus Christ and who we call Yahweh,
Yahweh Shai. Yes,
saying,
sir.
have mercy on me. I'm sorry, what did you say, King?
No, no, I'm with you. Yahweh Shai. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Con. I'll praise. Have mercy on me, O Lord, son of David. So we see a non-Israelite woman coming to Christ and asking him to have mercy on me. Oh Lord, thou son of David, my daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. She explains what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I would like to ask you. This is verse 23. He says, but he answered her not a word. Now, I just want to hearken on this part right here. If what you're saying is true and anyone and everybody can come to Jesus Christ, why are we reading right here that he's ignoring this woman that's crying out to him? Now, I ain't saying you say this, but according to Christianity in a whole or in a nutshell, basically anybody who cries out to the Most High is going to have, anybody can come, come on, come on. That's what they say. So why, when a woman is coming to him crying and begging for his help, why is he ignoring her?
Well, when you dig into the story of what's going on here, the context of the story of what's going on here, um, let's just say this: the mission of the Yahweh Shai when he was on the earth was for him to gather his people. So for right here, um, he's probably amongst his people, and this Canaanite woman, is coming up to him while he's trying to reach his own people, and he's kind of
But
not
what?
dealing
But
with her.
wait a minute.
Go ahead.
If he's, what do you mean teaching his own people? So Jesus Christ was only teaching his
Simple.
own people, like
His
so.
ministry. My bad. Go ahead. I ain't gonna step. I ain't
No,
gonna
I'm
step
sorry.
over
I'm
you.
sorry. No, I cut you off.
Nah, I ain't gonna go ahead. You finish your words, King. I ain't gonna step
Well, I
over you.
was saying like so Jesus Christ was teaching. So you're saying Jesus Christ was ignoring this woman because he was on a mission at that time to teach his people.
Well, it's in scripture, where he says, I'm only sent, for the house of Israel. So, it's in scripture to say, that he was, ministering to his people, which would be Israelites. So yeah, in this context of this story, I'm don't let me put words, this is just the vision that I see. He can be amongst his people in the ministry of whatever he's ministering. And this particular woman, sees or understands that this guy, Yahweh Shai, is let me say a light. Let me just say that she can reckon. I guess she knows that he's a light to even come up to ask him, to help her daughter. She noticed something in him. And at the time he wasn't dealing with her, but when you continue to read, in the passage, you can see that, you know, he messed with her a little bit. Let's just say that.
Right. Okay. So, but wouldn't that be contrary to what? Now, I'm not putting you under the banner of Christianity. To me, I'm not. But isn't that what Christianity and what you would kind of say that anyone can come to Christ, come on, come all? So wouldn't it be kind of racial or race or I don't want to say racist? Isn't it nationalist behavior for him to be favoring his people over any other? Isn't that kind of a nationalist trait?
Uh, I would definitely disagree. I would have to say, um, his mission was bigger than what this passage that you took me to in Matthew. I feel like the Israelites as a whole, as a nation, were was failing and were very rebellious. And so the ministry or his mission was to gather back his people, as well as, times of old when the Most High always had his hand stretched out for his people when they always rebelled against him. So I see the mission of the Yahweh Shai's ministry was to rebuild his people back up, from the wicked things uh, that his people was doing. Let me say that.
Okay, well, all right. Well, to me, it sounds like it's contrary to what they teach now, because they teach that everyone can come to Jesus Christ, come one, come all. And we're reading right here that he wasn't dealing with every nation; he was only dealing with his people. So, to me, that sounds like a nationalist trait because he's only worried about his nation of people. But I'm gonna go ahead and keep reading.
All right.
And his disciples, this is verse 23, and his disciples came and besought him. So the 12 disciples came also with Yahushua, saying, send her away, for she cried after us. So not only is Jesus Christ ignoring her, we're seeing the 12 disciples that follow Christ. They're also telling her to get away from him. So not only do we see Jesus Christ displaying this nationalist behavior, we also see the prophets, the servants, the people, the 12 patriarchs who follow, or not 12 patriarchs, you know what I mean, the 12 disciples who follow Yahweh Shai are also in the same spirit he's in, telling her to send her away. So, like, how do you get around that part that Jesus Christ was telling a non-Israelite to get away from him and the 12 disciples?
Just the same thing. The ministry, his mission was for his people. There's no. He's not wrong for his actions. I'm agreeing. He's here. Like I told you, the mission was bigger. It was bigger. Man. Why is he trying to, gather the lost sheep? Why is his people lost? So I feel like I said, his ministry was big. He was trying to. He was. It's like you. Let me. I don't. Let's make a demonstration. It's like we on the streets and somebody and me and you having a dialogue, and let's say how the little ones when you having a conversation with me and you, and then the little ones, they just daddy, they see you talking, what I mean, they see you engage with your brother, and you having and they, a child don't know no better. Daddy, I gotta ask you something. They always wanna, and so you gotta say, son, hold on, man, you see me talking. It's just that type of situation where this lady, you know, she wanted her daughter to be healed. She was, and then at the same time witness the love of this Canaanite woman for her daughter. She needs to get that demon out of her daughter. She understands that her daughter is going through something, and so it's just a lot of things in this passage that's bigger than what we see. I don't. I mean, when you continue, I'm gonna let you continue so we can find out what you're trying to get to when you conclude. Because at the end, um, I see this woman, you know, going through what she going through in the conversation that was had. It still ends with a positive message. Let's say that.
Okay, no problem. So I'll keep reading. But just to your standpoint is that there's a bigger picture, even though he wasn't at that moment for everyone. There's a bigger picture on what he's doing, even though he was ignoring other nations and showing other nations that he was only for the Israelites.
Well, I wouldn't go so far as saying the ignore part, because it's a conversation like me and you having. I wouldn't ignore you. I'm going to excuse me. I'm going to dialogue with you back and forth. And now, it wasn't a major dialogue between this woman, but just to say ignore, I like all the way flat out. When you ignore somebody, you like, man, I ain't messing with you. I ain't even trying to talk to you, homie. Like, keep it pushing. I'm straight on that. Like, it was that to an agree to a certain extent, because at the end of the day, they still had a conversation. The crumbs of the table. Yahweh Shai speaking to her, telling her she got faith. So it wasn't a ignore. They actually dialogue. They finished with a positive dialogue. Let me say that.
Okay. So now and we can get and I'll read further on into that because I would like to talk about that as well.
Okay, we can.
So okay, so now verse 24. But he answered and said, now he's talking to the Canaanite woman.
Yeah, so now here in the dialogue.
Right. And he says to her, I am not sent. He's telling this non-Israelite woman, I am not sent, but into the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So wouldn't this be a perfect time for Christ to say, hey, I'm here for you. I'm here for everyone. I'm glad you came to me so I can show my disciples that I'm here for everyone. Why would Christ look at a non-Israelite and tell them, I am not sent for you?
Well, like I said, the ministry, was for his people. It wasn't for the outcasts or the Gentile. That wasn't what he was reaching. His people, the Gentiles, has always done what the Gentiles did. You know what I mean? So it wasn't for him to be reaching out to the Gentiles. His people was amongst the Gentiles and were developing the culture of the Gentiles. And so that's where the wickedness come through. So, he's gathering the lost. Why is his people lost? That's the biggest thing of this chapter. That's important. But what he's speaking to this non-Jew or non-Israelite, this Canaanite woman, that's important. Like that whole verse with him telling them, like, hey, look, I'm coming to get the lost sheep. Like these people gone. Look, your people good. Y'all been doing this. You a Gentile, your generations have always done.
But isn't that contrary to what Christianity teaches? Isn't that the opposite, the exact polar opposite of what they say in the Sunday morning churches? Now, I'm not saying you're them.
Yes, sir.
I'm not saying you're those people or under that banner, but isn't that what they teach? They teach that anybody can come. He's not going to ignore you. Like, just cry out for the Lord. That's all you got to do, right?
Well, let me say this because I keep hearing you go back to saying the Christian church and stuff like that. Let's see this. I don't fall up under that banner. I don't have a problem with the Christian community. Like I don't have a problem with the
okay, let me correct let me for the longevity of the conversation. I'm not saying you agree with him wholeheartedly, but you do in a sense believe what they believe in because they believe everyone can be accepted by Christ, which you ultimately believe in, correct? Like,
well, I believe all the righteous doers, will
and that would be from every ethnicity, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my point. That's what I'm saying. Like, so my point is,
my bad.
No, go ahead.
I'm saying I don't want you to think that I'm speaking about the prostitute or the transgender or that community. The I don't want to disrespect them, but because I don't want to disrespect your platform. I don't want that to happen to your platform. So I don't want.
You family here, bro.
Yeah. But I don't. I want to respect your platform. I don't
appreciate
want
it.
nobody to disrespect your platform or try to get rid of your platform for us.
I appreciate it
because they their own lane. But I'm not saying them. I'm all wicked, all the wicked.
Right. Now, I follow you, brother.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So my point is, and then I'm gonna go read down further to to get down to your point. So when they said when he told her that, like, why would he say that though? Like, don't you think that's kind of messed up?
Nah, not at all, brother. Not at all. Why is it messed up?
I don't think it's messed up.
Okay,
I don't think it's messed up at all. I'm for it. As you know, I'm an Israelite, and I believe that God's only sent for the Israelites, and I believe that we're the only ones who can receive salvation. So let's get to your point, because this is the whole point of why I want to keep going further. Okay.
Cool.
So and he came and he answered me, but I'm only sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. So you agree with me that Christ, or you're agreeing that Christ came at that time it was for the children of Israel, and but later on I changed, right?
Well, I wouldn't say change. I just say prophecy was fulfilling itself through other disciples. Let me just say that.
Okay, okay. So verse 25. Then came she and worshipped him, saying, Lord, help me. So she's begging. But But he answered and said, it is not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. Now we got to talk about this right here. Hold on 1 second. So I had to grab something right quick. Okay. So he's saying it's not meet to take the children's bread. The children's bread would be the word, right?
Factual.
You agree with that? The children's bread would be his word, his law, statutes, commandments, his promises for people. Can we agree with that?
I'm with you, 100%.
Okay, cool. It says it's not meet to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. So he's calling this non-Israelite a dog. So he's calling this lady basically the B word. We're not gonna say the word, but you know the word. Like, you know what word I'm trying to say. Starts with a B. You know that.
Yeah,
He's basically saying that it's not. He's basically calling this lady a dog, like saying like it's not meet to take what I have and cast it to the dogs. Like, don't you think is that highly disrespectful? Or would you say he's righteous in him saying that? Is Jesus righteous for saying that?
It's a I'm not gonna say it's a twofold kind of question, but I mean, like, when you look at it, I don't think he's calling a woman a dog. I feel like he's saying like when you read, you casting the meat, casting it to a dog. Like, what do most of us had pets, when you eat at the dinner table. There's certain things when you didn't want and you just give it to your dog for him to eat. I think that's the kind of the concept of what's going on here. I don't think it's like you're a female dog. I don't feel like it was disrespectful like that.
Okay, no problem. And hey, brother, I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad you hit me back. Like I said, we ain't talked in a while. For those who are going to hear this conversation for the first time, me and this brother do go back. We bump heads. He'll tell you we bump heads all the time, but it's my brother. At the end of the day, I'm always gonna love him, even though we don't agree. But we just, I want everybody to just hear our dialogues and hear our conversations because it could be good. A lot of people could be on his side. A lot of people could be on my side. So it's just good to let people hear his side. That's why I'm letting him articulate himself fully and get everything out that way. And then he's letting me articulate myself fully and let me get it out. That way, people can decipher exactly the truth or have a better understanding on what path they want to go on. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, and let me add to
Go ahead.
Just to piggyback off my brother, you know what I'm saying?
Well, lamb me back. We don't need pork. We don't need pork. We lamb me back.
Well, let me goat back off my dog.
There we go. Okay, I like all flavors. We're gonna goat back.
Yeah. Just to for the audience of for your audience, I don't really have a platform. And then, like I said, I appreciate you for bringing me on. And then let me also tell you I appreciate you because it seems like this is your first time doing this. So if I'm the first person on, I appreciate you, brother.
You are my very first person on this kind of setting. Yes, you are definitely the first person I decided to do this with. For sure.
I definitely appreciate you. But yeah, let me like my brother was saying, to the audience, to the reaching audience, man. Me and this brother, like I said, we got history, but we both I wouldn't say disagree. We passionate about what we see in these scriptures. I just would say the vision's not the same, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I don't have a side. He don't have a side. We both are men of Yahweh Shai's, the Most High. So I mean, if you standing with us, then you standing with the Most High. I don't have a side. I don't want you to feel like you gotta agree with me or agree with him, because get what? I'm gonna always agree with the scriptures. So if you agree with the scriptures, then you one of us. You know what I'm saying? So I that's where I'm at. I want to knock the wall down of the Christian, and I'm not a Christian. I'm a spiritual brother. You know what I mean? And then I love history. I love my brothers and sisters of all races. I don't have any hatred in my heart. So I just want to be a light to whoever I'm listening and want to reach out. So yeah, we can continue.
So so let me keep reading right here, because we just went over it, but he answered. It says not me to take the children's bread and cast it to dogs. So he gave his input on what he thought dogs meant, what I thought it meant. And this is verse 27. And she said truth, meaning she acknowledged she was a dog. So this person who's not an Israelite, she acknowledged that, hey, oh yeah, I am a dog. I am a bitch. Sorry for my language. So like, please don't be mad at me, YouTube. I apologize. But yeah, no, I need that. 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 So now let me keep going. And he answered, and he said, she said, truth, Lord, yet the dogs eat of the crumbs which fall from the master's table. So I got a piece of bread here, Jonathan.
Okay.
So this is a crumb, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the whole loaf. So let me keep reading. Or I'm asking you now, is it fair if I take this whole loaf and give it to me, and I give you this little crumb? Is that fair?
When we speaking, let's keep it in biblical terms.
Go ahead.
When we speaking in biblical terms, I would definitely say I'm not looking at fairness. I'm looking at more so understanding. And so with the woman having a answer of what she said, she was a woman of understanding. So you having a loaf and you giving me a crumb, will I feel like that's unfair? I feel like I still got fed. I feel like I still got fed. Whether
You
it
feel
was
like,
the
okay,
whole,
so just so we're clear and the audience understands,
yeah.
you feel that if I take this, if somebody says, hey, I'm gonna feed both of y'all, and they
Mm-hmm.
give you this crumb and they give me this, you're saying it's fair.
I'm saying that in that moment, I'm going because I want, like I said, I'm a context man. I like to keep everything. So when we're speaking of this passage, everything that your example is going off this passage. So with that being said, I will favor the Most High in this situation. I feel like this woman is favoring the Most High. She's putting everything aside. The whatever's for her daughter. And so, I have children. I know you have, kids as well, and I'm willing to go the extra mile for mine as well, so I can
All
understand
praise.
what's going on. So like I said, I'm gonna lean more on my faith for the Most High to, you know, you know, keep me, nourished. Because I feel like whether it's the whole loaf or the crumb, I'm still nourished.
Okay. Brother, if that's how you feel, we're gonna like I said, when the playback goes, we'll let the audience decide. Um, but yeah, he thinks it's fair that someone gets a crumb and someone gets a whole loaf. I personally do not think that's fair, and I'd be very upset if I was a person getting that crumb. But here's the point. I think this is the point you were alluding to. This is verse 28. Then Jesus answered and said unto her, "O woman, great is thy faith." So this woman had faith. She had faith. But be it into thee even thou wilt, as her daughter was made whole from that very hour. So he blessed her. He got her daughter, the demon off her daughter. I think that was the point you were alluding to.
Oh yes, sir. Yeah, man. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay, perfect, perfect.
the Most
Now,
High. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
okay, I cool. I agree that he gave her a blessing. I'm very very okay with that. He also gave Esau a blessing, which was the fatness of the earth. He also gave Ishmael a blessing, which is I'm gonna furnish you with kings and princes. But a blessing isn't salvation. So the Most High blesses people left and right. I don't disagree that he blessed her, and she was a non-Israelite. Like I just went into the other scriptures of Esau getting the fatness in the earth. That's a blessing, but a blessing isn't salvation. So that would be my only problem with with what I guess I'm actually being presumptuous. Were you even going to say that?
Uh, in this passage, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that she was that means she had salvation. I definitely see that the Most High blessed her. And okay, so you're a
And I
member of
agree.
Sakari. So you're a member of Sakari, righteous.
Yes, sir.
So um, are there acts of you, yourself, or members of your organization? I want to call it, or you can, if you would like the word camp. of your camp, do you show acts of this? Whether it's a crumb, whether it's a crumb, you don't have to be the whole load, King. Do you guys give those that you see are non-Israelites? Um, do you guys, give them crumbs?
Of
You know,
course,
or
of course, like if I see like if I see if one of them asks me for $1, I mean I give it to him. I hold the door open for him. I would do several things for him. Like I mean I'm not like that. If that's what you're saying, like if that answer your question?
yeah, I can understand. But what I
Okay,
want to
yeah. So
say,
I don't like just go out and just oh you're not an Israelite. Ah, I don't do nothing. I don't do stuff like that. Like I know we have to live. So like I'm not gonna be acting all crazy like that. I would definitely hold the door open for one. For a non-Israelite, I would definitely give them $1. If I had an extra dollar, I give it to them. Like I'm not. It's not like that.
so
And I guess that would
well,
be. I guess I can. I'm trying to equal it out to what you're saying. Like I guess that'd be equivalent to me, giving them a blessing. Me
yeah,
holding the
yeah.
door open for them, me giving them $1. That's how I'm looking at that.
I say that because you guys street, you guys are, y'all all over, respectfully, y'all all over, y'all on the on the corners, doing the work, in the scriptures, got the book open, reading the scriptures, and what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying is, you guys got over, I know, I'm gonna give you a small number, over 100 videos, um, that's on YouTube. Your organization is very followed on all platforms, Clubhouse, Facebook, Instagram, anything. These guys, you have a big following. And what I'm saying is it documented? Is it anywhere where we can see, the fruits of you guys' labor, doing the works of Yahweh Shai? Well, like I said, giving the crumb. Can it be shown, the so-called Edomite, who y'all call the white man of the day, the so-called Canaanite which would be a so-called African, of the
Well,
day.
here's the thing I can say, brother. I didn't mean
Go
to cut
ahead.
you off, but I can't tell you verbatimly what every Israelite would do, I can't speak for every Israelite like per se, but I can tell you that we would do it righteously. Like whatever punishments would be going out would be done righteously. It wouldn't be done abhorredly,
Okay,
if that makes sense.
respectfully.
Like so,
Hey,
we're respectfully, we're not supposed to be a light to the nations. There's a thing called a line of prophecy. So there's a
mhm,
bunch of events that have to happen before we even become a light to the nations. So
respectfully.
meaning the Most High has to come. He has to separate the goats from the wheats from the tares. He has to destroy Babylon. I mean, there's a lot of things that have the Valley of Jehoshaphat. A lot of things have to take place before we're even in the position to be a light to the nations. We don't even have ourselves right yet.
Respectful.
So we can't. We're not even going to be in that. We're not even going to be, in that. That's a while down the road is what I'm getting at. There's
Got you.
steps that have to be taken. Will
Got you.
will we eventually get to that? Yeah, but there's
Got you.
there's steps that have to be done. It's called an order of prophecy, and things have to be done the way the Most High says.
Respectfully.
But I want to read. Oh, go ahead. I mean, unless you was done, I want to read this. Unless you want to keep going on that.
No, you in Psalms now? I didn't get it. I see on the screen.
Yeah,
Let
I
me
just
get
want
to
to
you.
read. Just I mean, like because like I just want to. I just don't under. This is what I don't understand. Um, like this is Psalms 147:19. I'm just gonna read it. He
Let me
showed
get
this
there
word.
with you. Let me get that. Let me get there
Okay,
with
I'm
you.
sorry.
Let
I'm
me get
sorry.
there.
Does it not show on your
Yeah,
screen?
yeah, but I like to read in the
Oh,
book
okay,
too.
okay,
You
come on,
know
come on,
what I'm
come
saying?
on. Do
I
your
like
thing,
to
do your
keep
thing,
that
do your
book
thing.
open. Yeah, I like to keep that book open. It's all good. Yeah, I'm here with you. Go ahead. 47 and what? 19. Go ahead,
Psalms
King.
147:19. It says he showed this word. I believe Psalms. You know what I'm saying? I believe this book. And it says he showed this word into Jacob. It doesn't say he showed this word into anyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't say I showed my word into anyone else besides Jacob. Jacob are the 12 children of Israel. So if you aren't part of that patriarch, you was never show of this word. So in his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. Let me go to the next verse. This is the important part right here. It says, "He hath not dealt so with any nation, and as far as his judgments, they have not known them. For praises ye the Lord." So if we're reading we just read in the New Testament that Jesus Christ is only sent for the Israelites. Now we're reading in the Old Testament that this word is only sent for the Israelites, and we're the only people who was given this word to even understand. And the other nations have never known his judgments. So I would just want to know how you would deal with that. How you would deal with that per se.
Um, I love all. I mean, like I said, I agree with the scriptures as well.
And after this, I'm gonna let you go to whatever you have. That way, I can be fair. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, hey, it's all good. I'm learning as well. You feel me?
Okay,
But like I said, I agree to the scriptures. I agree to what is going on in Psalms. Um,
right.
the
So if
word.
you agree,
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, okay, if you agree, what's going on with Psalms? So where now? Show me where you're getting it. Okay, now that it changed up.
It's
Now
never
that
changed. It's
his word
all
is for
my bad.
everyone. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that's my fault. I ain't gonna step on your words. So
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You good? Go ahead and say what you were saying.
what I'm saying is the Most High. Um, do you agree that the Most High has always been around, righteous? Like he's before Israel was a nation, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So he's been around and saw things. Saw nations become nations, and saw kingdoms become kingdoms, and saw kings become kings. So uh, with Israel, I will say Israel, historically speaking, Israel doesn't become a nation to win, King. If you can answer that trivia question.
When Jacob has his first child.
A nation, like I'm meaning,
Reuben was born. I think Reuben was born first. That's what I'm gonna say.
well, let me ask you this in a better question, since that's kind of off. When does Israel become a civilized nation?
You go ahead and tell me.
No, what I'm saying is we gotta have a, like you said, it's an order, right? It's an
Right.
order. It's a timeline. So Israel uh, is never, factual born into a nation like the Egyptians, was born into a civilized nation. Like the Canaanites that was already dwelling in the land was born into a civilized nation. Like the Babylonians was born into a civilized nation. Now, I'm not talking about the first generation. What I'm talking about is generation down the line, because Israel is a generation down the line. So when Israel is, like you said, birthed into the world, which will be Jacob and Esau, we have cultures that's civilized, and are nations with kingdoms and kings. Uh, Roundabout, scattered around the area, whether it be in Asia Minor, what we call Middle East, which were, not the real deal, but that area, and Southern Africa, Western Africa, certain areas were populated. So what I'm saying is, when you speak of this language, or this, he only dealt with these people. I see that because the Most High chose Israel out of all nations. He
Mm-hmm.
chose a particular nation of people to be a vessel, or a statue for him. So I have no disagreements of what's going on here, or him being the father of Israel, because they are his children. He chose them, out of the nation that was already established and well civilized, or afloat. Let's say that. It's nothing wrong with what's going on here.
Gone.
The Most High, could have, chose Egypt, or Babylon, or because these places was already highly civilized, and a well civilization of trade and market.
Okay, so I mean, to land me back on what you're saying, every nation started off, every nation that starts off in its beginning stages isn't a nation just yet. So they got to build, obviously. So every nation you named, the Egypt's been born into Egyptian society. They had to be Egypt first to be born into that society. So I'd have to say it's the same mannerism as that. But I do want to read this though, because I'm trying to understand you, King. So this is Deuteronomy 32:8. Because it's like we keep hitting a detour when we get to who God's only dealing with. So this is Deuteronomy 32:8. When the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, what is this going into?
Let me get there. Let me get the 20,
Okay, go ahead, go ahead.
Deuteronomy what?
32:8. Deuteronomy 32:8.
I'm right down the street from. All right, go ahead.
It says, when the Most High divided the nations their inheritance, let's just start right there. What does that part mean? Why is the Most High dividing the nations their inheritance? What is that going? What does this mean?
I'm guessing putting them into their lands.
Okay.
Their heritage would be, the land.
Okay, come on. When he separated the sons of Adam, who are the sons of Adam?
I would say everybody.
Perfect. Everybody's the sons of Adam. You're right, exactly. Spot on. He set the bounds of the people. Now, set the bounds of the people, meaning the number of the people, according to the number of the children of Israel. So why is God setting out a certain amount of people for this group of people? If we're going to somehow end up all under the same banner.
Is that wrong? To be all up under serving one
well, in the sense of how you're making it sound like okay, I get what you're saying, but the sense of how you're making it sound is like they get to escape all the curses of the Israelites and they just get to walk right into salvation.
Well,
that's what I was talking about earlier about an order of prophecy. Like they have to go into slavery. They have to. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. But no. I don't mean to walk on your words, but I understand what you're saying. But I also love the historical points we have to make. I don't never want to leave that away from the timeline of, okay, Most High chose Israel to be a particular nation unto him. So, the value of what's going on here stands on the shoulders of Israel. You feel me? The other nations already served the other gods of, wood and stone and other images, graven images. So it's nothing new that what the Gentiles or the heathen was doing. They've been around. They was doing this before Israel was a civilized nation. Because the Most High tell them, don't do what you see or what you've seen, because they came out of Egypt. They was well recognized on stuff like this. They it wasn't nothing new. So I'm getting what you're saying, but I'm also saying that he's when he plucked these people out of Egypt and brought them into the wilderness, it was a trial. You feel me? So for y'all, for the Israelites to make it to the promised land was a trial at itself, bro. Israelites died, strangers died, but we also see that in scriptures that a multitude of mixed races were involved in uh, Israelites encampment largely.
Okay. Now I want to read this to you. This is Ecclesiastes 17:17. For the divisions of the nations of the whole earth, he said a ruler over every people, but Israel is the Lord's portion. So what he's saying right here is he set a deity or someone of his, like I guess a god, over every group of people. But the Israelites, who we say the so-called Native American, Hispanics, and Black people, is his portion. So what I'm going, so why is the Most High giving every other nation their own ruler? Let's get that in Bible Hub. So let's read it in different translations, because let's read this in if it will load. I'm gonna give it a second. I don't know why it's doing it. You still there?
I'm right, chill, dog. Ain't going
You still
nowhere.
there? Oh.
Yeah,
No, you good. I was making it went off my damn screen thing. Did it this the screen thing went off, didn't it?
yeah. I just see you.
Okay, hold on. Okay, hold on. Because this is important right here. Hold on. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened.
Mm-mm-mm. Can you hear me, King?
Can I
Oh,
can
okay,
I can hear you? Hold on.
we good.
Can you
We
hear me?
good. Yep.
Can you hear me? Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
God, this thing's tripping. Hold on. I think my Wi-Fi is terrible. Oh my goodness. Forget it. Okay. Anyways, regardless. Okay, for the divisions of the nations of the whole earth, can you see what I'm pointing at? Can you see what I'm pointing
You
at?
tell me.
Okay, it says, for the divisions of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. What does that mean?
Talk to me.
It says he set a ruler over every people.
So what are you saying with it? What I mean, talk
That
to me.
means that
Give me
it means
your
he's not everyone's God. That's what I'm trying to get at. But you're trying to make it out to where he is he is everyone's God. When the Lord Himself said he gave we're the Lord Himself said He's Israel's God.
Yeah, yeah. When did I make that statement that the Most High was everybody's God?
Well, if he okay, you didn't per se, but you're saying everybody can come to him. If he's not their God, then how are they getting what he gives to his people?
No,
That's what
no,
I'm
no.
getting
What
at.
I said,
Like
yeah, yeah. And I asked
God's
you.
gift for
Oh,
the
good.
Israelites is salvation, rulership over the nations. If he's not your God, how are you going to then come and get what he's given to his people?
Well, what I'm saying is, like I stated, historical. The Most High have always seen these people, even from Adam and the not Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel, the wickedness of brothers killing brothers. So he's always seen wicked people. He's always seen the faith from Abraham, but Abraham, well, Abram was already in Ur in a civilized place, we would say what the territory of what Babylon would be. He was in a civilized place. So what I'm saying, these folks, what they do, they serve different gods. They serve different deities. That's why the Most High told this Abram, "Hey, gather your things. Let's go. You feel me? Let's get away from this people in this place and serve me." And that was the faith in Abraham. It's like it's from the beginning. So the Most High chose uh, or chooses, of who he wants. But he, in all in the nutshell, he wants everyone to serve him. Factual.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, King. I want I should have told you this when we talked on the phone. Uh, I want to do what we're doing right now. I want to have increments with you. Does that make sense?
With that,
Like,
nah, talk to me.
like I want us to have our conversations in increments. So like this will be the first conversation, and I'm gonna hit stop. You know, like matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and hit stop right now. So, and we'll end on this note. Um, but we're going to so whoever's hearing this conversation is going to continue. So, we're just this is just like the first round because I'm me and this brother we got way more to talk about. I promise y'all, like way more to talk about. We just scratched the surface and we've been talking for 50 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah.
trust me, this brother's got a whole lot more he's got to say, a whole lot more. He's very knowledgeable. He's wrong. Love him, but very knowledgeable. Um, but I appreciate you, hey King. I'm gonna end this, but I'm gonna keep talking to you, okay? Like I'm gonna end
That's
this
cool.
part right here though. So
Yeah, that's cool.
I call all you how about Shimmy Mashak Malaki Abashah. There will be a part two to this discussion. Brother, can you give your name again so people know who you are?
Man, it's called me SOG.
Okay, all praises. You want to put your no, put your all your info out there.
Which
You want you got any plugs? Got any plugs?
nah, man. It's hard to reach me, man. I stay in the books, dog. I don't really be, you can reach me, like how to reach me. I ain't really out there. So
Okay,
yeah.
well, I didn't know if the brother had any plugins. His sons play football. Like he got a lot of plugins. It's all good, y'all. But
Appreciate you though,
we're
cool
gonna
man.
end
Shout
this
out.
one. We're gonna end this one. This was a great dialogue of, and I'm doing this to show that we can have future dialogues with any and everybody.
For sure.
I'm trying to show them that we can have decorum. You know what I'm saying? This is what this is about. Brothers coming together and dealing with the scriptures, and that's why I really like this brother right here. But call Allah Yahweh, Shemi Mashak Malak Yahweh Shah, and all praise to the Most High. All right, begin recording.